All right, so we are live. This is Yachts. Right, so we have a topic as usual. As useless. It's useless. Yeah, I know it's kind of late if you are in Asia, but who cares? I just want to go streaming and talk about a certain topic. That's it. Okay. So, topic for tonight, or topic for today, is about people who can't keep promises or individuals who are not true to their words. Just let me know uh, if you're not able to hear me. Mm, okay, so for sure you've experienced people who never keep their promises or they don't keep their words. Hello, Zing. Uy, kumusta, Zing? Gabi na. Ano, Zing? Kanang, kadlaw na diha. Alas 12 na. Alas 12 na sa tuwang gabi eh. Ah, kumusta? Tamsak na ko ha, balik sa akong balay. Ay, nag-live sa ka? Okay ba? Salamat sa pagtuslok. Ay, mag-istorya ra gud ta diri baka. Mag-istorya ra gud ta diri mga kuan. Ah, I cannot say real talk. Siguro real talk sa akong experience or your experiences. But yeah, it's up to the audience if they're gonna contribute, they're gonna participate in the discussion. But I cannot say nothing much. Yeah, but if it's about my experience, yeah, some people who you have met, not really your trusted friends, or people you just met, or just would never really keep promises, especially if they owe you something. Ah, my experience, keep on promising. They keep on promising that I'm gonna pay. They're gonna give you dates when they're gonna pay their debt. And when the time comes and when that day comes, they will say, I'm sorry, I wasn't able to put up the certain amount, blah, blah, blah. And I'll give you another date. I said, oh, well, tomorrow never comes. What can I do? So that's the trouble when you help wrong people, uh, especially when you lend a certain amount of money, you won't be able to pay. Never really sensitive of your needs because when the time comes that it's you who needs it, don't have anything to go to. So sad, right? So sad. But that's life. And life doesn't stop there. Still goes on. So since we have resources or whatever, thank you so much. Yeah, I just feedback. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, feeling tired and demotivated. Oh my goodness. Too bad. Yeah, but I cannot stay in one state for too long. So, for example, if I'm upset, I cannot stay very upset or upset for a long time. I need to move out from that feeling or situation. And I cannot stay angry for a long time. Hala! Mrs. H, kumusta? Maayong buntag din ha. caught you this early on my way to work. It's good. Everything's good. Salamat, salamat. Good morning. Good morning. Nakimarites lang ko ani. Ay, goodness. Marites lang guto. Mrs. H, bisag unsa. Bisag unsa marites. Ito, nagkatawa ko. Nagkatawa ko kay ang mga tao diri sa balay. They want to learn my dialect, which is Bisaya. And three of them, two adults and one kid. And the kid gets it easily. And he remembers one time, one time we were playing and then he hit me many times with his toys. And then I said, okay. And then he asked me, sakit. I said, what did you say? Because I heard something else. What did you say? And I said, sakit. I'm asking you if it's sakit. I said, oh, I thought he said another thing in English. So, okay. I said, okay. So you remembered that I taught you that word. Oh, it was funny. I thought I heard something else and I was ready to, I was ready to reprimand him, but it was my fault. I thought. And then I remembered the mom also told, the kid's mom told me, oh, that happened to me too. I thought he was saying something. And then he asked, and then, no, he had taught me that word. And then she said, oh, okay, that's Bisaya. I thought it was, I thought it was in English. People we live with sometimes can be difficult. That's true. That's very true. Even, not living with them, working with them, or, doing things with them, with other people. It's sounds it's sometimes difficult. How much if you're living with them? Yeah, and then there are people who are really, I don't understand. They just say things, never hold anything accountability about it. They would just say empty words. And then you, as a person who say what you mean and mean what you say, and you really do and perform whatever is being said, expected people to do the same. But oh dear, frustration and disappointment. Ay, wala lang pala yun. So, alkansi when you take it seriously. So, wala din ha. Wala din ha ang another lesson learned. But no, I don't take it against any race. It's always taken individually. Kailanlain man gyud ang tao. So each one is different, really, and then you would really know these people once you spend more time with them. I like your walking around. Oh my goodness, Mrs. H. Every day I go, and then the trouble is here, the weather. In the morning, it's too hot, but in the afternoon, it gets cold and sometimes windy, and then all of a sudden, thunderstorm and lightning. I said, "Oh my goodness, what is this?" And then yesterday, we were at the playground. It was so hot in the morning until 4 o'clock. It just poured down. Oh my gulay. So thunderstorm, lightning, and puddles. So baha sa ginagmay diri. You don't know the person until you really live with people for a while. Yeah. Bonjour, sus grabe. Ah, even my high school and childhood friends who've I known all my life until we graduated college and we went separate ways and then reunited. Oh my, they were so different and how much more if they are your family. I haven't seen my brother since he came here. Um and I don't know if he knew already that I'm here because I never told anybody uh, that I'm here except my daughters. But I think my mama already knows, and my other brother who was in the Philippines, my other two brothers. But I don't know if my brother who's in Maryland knows already. He hasn't contacted me, and I did also contacted him. Family or friends, they do change somehow. Yeah, exactly. That's true. That's true. People really change, especially if they're in different circumstances as ours, or yeah, they've gone through different experience with us, so that would change them. It's either for the better or for they become better version of themselves. And yeah, the same with us. But during your foundation years, if you really are taught and brought or raised well with your by your parents, um, you will really bring you will still uphold values that you have learned when you were young. Some for the worse. Di ba? Yung iba, di ba, pobre man tagikan. Madato gani mausab naman. Mura namang dili kaila og tao. So, yeah, I experienced that one with one of my high school friends. She was I don't say we were really that close, but I know her. And then I knew where she came from, and she was really ridiculed by some classmates. And then but yeah, I know she was a good person. And uh, later on I found out that she dropped out of school, she went to work, which is a really good move, yeah, for her because it improved her life. And then she met somebody who's wealthy and sent her to college. She finished her education and she married that guy who is really rich. And now they have a shipping shipping company. And then yeah, we were still talking until such time we had our high school reunion. I was one of the organizers. So I have to, talk to people who wants to donate, who wanted to contribute or something. And then I get to find out so what's her life. And then after the reunion, I went overseas and she still contacted me. She wanted something from where I was staying. I was working, and then I told her, you know what? I don't have really much time to go around malls because I'm always working, and our weekends are different days. So when I was in the United Arab Emirates, our weekends are Friday and Saturday, not Sunday and Saturday. So um, I told her my Fridays I really go to church, and it's far from where I live, from where I was staying. And then she told me, if you find this one, I didn't really have that chance because she was also asking me to send it to the Philippines, and it was a Prada brand. It's not cheapy pie, but it's a posh or high end sunnies that she wanted, and I said. Uh, Honestly, I cannot promise you that I'm gonna send it to you. Not sending the money to buy it, but I don't think she was offended, or I don't know what she felt about that. She never contacted me after that, and and when I came home, we accidentally met in one of the malls in Cebu, and she was like looking at me like a homeless person. I know you are filthy rich, but I'm not gonna touch you or shake your hand or kiss you. Yeah, beso-beso in parang nandidiri siya sa akin. So, I said, "Oh my goodness, this is the mata pobre, mata pobre person." So I said, "No, it's all right." I said, "No, I'm not gonna go near you." Sabi kay dato naman ka. So, it was in my mind, oh, because you're filthy rich, you don't wanna hang out with poor people. Sometimes I wonder what would have been like to really grow up in PI, to experience the schools and having friends from there. Yeah, it's different. It's really different. Yeah, but you are well traveled this age, so you have uh vast horizons. You have explored those different places and met different kinds of people from different cultures. So that would make you a different one. But when you stay in the Philippines, I'm not saying that all all people are like that, but if you just stay in the Philippines and your exposure would be just around the Philippines, it would be different. And then in the Philippines, I personally that's the only this is the only that was the only place where I feel a lot of discrimination, even at work. Because me as a person, I go to work with comfortable clothes. If there is a uniform, I would have that one. In that way, I don't have to, to dress up every day. So I would rather prefer to have a uniform. But since we don't have a uniform, I propose to have a uniform. Then I want it comfortable. So I'd rather wear jeans or leggings and shirt. So for me, that's really comfortable because you would assist kids, and if a kid runs off, you have to go after them. So that's the kind of casual or everyday clothes that I wear. Not yet. No, not yet. Not yet. So yeah, and then I'm holding certain responsibilities, and they could not believe that I just wear those clothes. I said, "Well, this is the most comfortable clothes that I wear to work. If there is an occasion, of course, we're gonna get. If it requires a dress code, I would. But casually, I'd rather have jeans or shorts, rubber shoes, shirt. I'd prefer to wear those. And most times leggings. I I don't know. And then they would always ask me, came from the gym? Came from the gym. Uh, yeah, I would just say yes, which was true as well. Before I report to work, I make sure I go to the gym for an hour or two. Yeah, so when I get to the workplace, I change. I brought my shirt uniform and my jeans. It would be too hot to always dress up in the Philippines. Di ba? Whereas if your workplace is air conditioned, our workplace, since the pandemic, lapos-lapos lang ang air laps, lapos-lapos ang ang air. So it's well ventilated, windows are open, fresh air, a lot of trees, and then we had just electric fans. So well, I air condition. So it's all natural. So I don't have to dress up. Oh my goodness. You want me to wear a dress or something nice in that kind of environment? And then you're going to chase after the kids when they, or you restrain kids if they are in a fit. That's inappropriate, and for me it's inappropriate and uncomfortable. Usahay matukay ang sometimes you will fall on the ground and then can you imagine if you're in a dress? That still looks it will look funny. Yeah, some always wear those gym clothes but never really set foot inside. Yeah, there are people who are like that, but me, I really no, my routine was really in the morning. Yeah, I do my exercise, even home workout over here because I don't go to the gym. The gym is so far from here. So I wake up early, do my home workout, and then do my walking in the afternoon. Yeah, but still, I'm wearing the same thing. It doesn't, because sometimes people would look at you, your value as a person would depend on how you dress up. Oh my goodness. So, ang daming ano diyan, marites, hindi man lang nagsasalita. Mrs. H is the only one writing comments. Yeah, so I wear comfortable clothes. I don't care really what people say about what I wear. I don't know. It came to a point that I don't really care what other people say about me, my personal appearance. So what? It doesn't make me it doesn't make me a lesser person. So one of my brothers would always tell me because he's a bike mechanic. He's always dirty with grease and whatnot. So he would always tell me because someone commented on him, you know what, your brother is so looks so dirty and soiled almost every day. And then my brother I told my brother about it. And then my brother said, you know what? I don't really care if they look at me as dirty or what, but I assure you, that person who commented about how I look, I am sure he doesn't have enough money in his pocket. But me, look at me. I may look dirty. He also bragged about it. I may look dirty because he's got a lot of customers. He's got a lot of clients. And the clients are really that rich. You cannot own a big bike if you don't have money. So he told me, I don't care how I look like, but I am sure I have a lot of money in my pocket. And then I told him, can I borrow some? And then it was true. It was true. And said, yeah, there are people who really dress good, but they don't have money. And one of my friends as well, when I was working uh, as my side hustle in an insurance company, uh, they told me, Miss A, they call me Miss A. Miss A, um, that person, he looks very good. He dressed up well. And look at you. You just dressed in your jeans and your Skechers shoes. But I bet if you compare how much cash he is carrying with the cash you're carrying or the money in the bank, I have more than him. I said, oh, people, people like that. I said, no, I don't have that much money. But of course, I am I am not asking people to, to buy me food or to pay for something. Oh my. So it was so funny. Yeah, let's go back to the topic. Yeah, with regards to people who owe money. Oi, if you're listening to me, Stop promising. Come on, pay. Pay your debt. I paid it in advance. And then, yeah, I covered you up. But please, pay because I need money. I need money now. Oh my God. Wait, I did see you. Sorry, sorry. Oh, Nico is. I'm sorry. I wasn't looking at the chat. Oh, sorry, guys. It will be okay. Yeah, it's what made you choose Boston to come to in the USA. So cold there. Uh, it's where my friend is. That's why. Hello, Nico. My sunshine vlogs. Ah, that's so sad when you hear promises unfulfilled. Oh, yeah, that's really upsetting. So I take it weather in Massachusetts, but that's why I left after 35 years. Promises are made to be broken. No, if you cannot keep your promise, don't promise. Skechers are good shoes, Lola. Uh, uh, Queenie, I am well. Ah, that's Mrs. H. For I hope you and your family are well, which I know they are. Good to hear. Sorry, sorry. Queenie, I have been for 35 years. I'm also New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine. It's only 3 months good weather in there. Yeah, Maine is nice, really. Oh, I didn't know that. I always thought you were always in Florida. It's definitely not forever. I would like to visit Boston one day. Uh, it's where my friend is, so um, it's convenient for me. I have a place to place to stay and then walk around. And then New Hampshire, Maine is nice. I find it nice, better than. Um, I don't really find Boston that safe because there are so many homeless people. And then, uh, first time I was there, I was startled because somebody was screaming. Is he talking to me or what? Is he speaking English or what? So I look at and then I said, "Oh my gosh, he's a homeless guy." So I just walked past him, and then another street there's also screaming. I said, "Oh my goodness." Thank you, Mrs. H. Amping, amping. Thank you. I know you're gonna be in the Philippines soon. Massachusetts, it's irregular weather up in I have another friend in Massachusetts. Tonight I will be going to her place since it's the weekend. Yeah, we're going to her place. Last weekend also we were there. Thank you, Mama, Mrs. A. Same to us today. Happy child if you're in the BG. Really surprised me. Those that do put in never surprises me. That's why I stay consistent. Be who you and you don't have to change for people. Yeah, because especially these days, you can't rely on them. Love, love, love. Thank you so much, Mrs. H. So let's talk here. It's yeah, you're from here. Boston is nice to visit during the summer and the beginning of fall. After that, run unless you like cold. I really like cold, but not icy cold. And I don't like so much heat. Yesterday it was 95 here or 90, 97 in the morning, and in the afternoon it just poured down. Oh my goodness. So can you imagine? And yeah, tomorrow it's going to be beach day. Uh, they can expect me what I'm going to wear. I'm gonna wear long sleeves, big hat, lots of sunscreen. I don't care. I don't care. People in Boston are very loud. Yeah, there were even um acquaintances and friends who knew that I was there. They told me, "You're so brave." I said, "Brave in what sense? You went to Boston all by yourself, and then you don't know how to navigate." I said, "Well, there's Google Map." And I wanted to go to certain places, and I've researched about it already. So, how to go around, I've already researched about that. So, at least if I'm going to get lost, oh, if I get lost, sorry, if I get lost, at least I know what to do. If you got to go, let's say, okay, yeah, it's when I'm in the Philippines, I have to slow down because I'm very loud, but it's not intentional. It's how I. Do you think I'm quiet? I know. I have a loud voice. It's normal. My voice is really, you know, loud. It's still a whisper, but it's so loud. Well, that's my normal voice. And then my close friend, when we talk, especially she gets a reaction from me, she would always tell me, "Easy, easy, slow down, calm down." I said, "You still don't know me that much." That's how I talk. That's the way I talk. And I'm not, I'm not angry, I'm not upset, but that's the normal voice that I have. And then she said, um, she told me that, you know, people here, I said, "Don't tell me that. That's crap. People here, do you think they're not loud? They're not too, oh my gosh." So no, I found them, especially the people around me. I found them not so soft spoken as well. Don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh, Nico, because I was already called out by my friend. She told me, "Don't wear that here." I said, "Who cares what I wear?" I said, "If I'm going to wear this, I feel comfortable. I'm gonna bring my umbrella. I'm gonna bring a big hat. I'm gonna wear my long sleeves, which is dry fit, and then gonna wear my rubber shoes. Who cares? Who cares? If I go to the beach, I don't want to get so dark being exposed to the sun." Yeah, I hope I'm not I'm not strange. I'm not weird because I know I'm new here, but the way they the way they dress, even when I was in New York, I was really I was, you know, tongue tied, and I can't say much when I see people dressed that way. And I even asked one of my friends because I met my former students' parents, and then I said I addressed him as daddy. Daddy, um, how do you how do you find the women here in New York, the way they're dressing up? How do you find it? And then he told me, "No, it's normal for them, but for us, may not be normal." But well, I said, "Oh, I'll just close my eyes and close my tongue, shut my mouth, not to comment." Hello, hello, Rocky. Rocky Pacman in real life. What's a Filipino without? No, what? I was at the playground and there were so many kids and it was so hot. So can you imagine 95 degrees Fahrenheit? What is that in Celsius? I don't know, but I found it so hot, hotter than the Philippines. It feels like I was in Dubai. So I said, "Oh, I have to bring my umbrella with me." And then one little kid told me, "Hey, hey, why are you using an umbrella? It's so hot." I said, um, this is parasol. That is why it is called parasol because it's for the sun. Um, I've been to a lot of places. I've been to, I've been around. So every weekend, um, my close friend would bring me anywhere because it's her off as well, and she would say, "We'll go this, we'll go to that place," and then yeah, I search also places that I'm interested in to go. Sometimes I would tell her, "No, I'm not going there. I'm not going. There's not much to see." But I love Maine. I love Maine. There are so many nice places to visit in Maine, and during my walks as well, I've discovered so many things. I've discovered so many places to hang out. Um, every day I go out and do my walk uh, after 5 o'clock, so maybe more than 2 hours sometimes, and especially if it's not really that dark, I would I would go a bit late. Sometimes I go home around 8 o'clock. But the thing is, there are so many bugs. I don't know if it's a mosquito or what, but actually, my friend went to Martha's Vineyard. It's a long travel, so land trip, and at the same time you're gonna ride a boat going to the island. I think. Yeah, I've heard about Martha's Vineyard, and the news that I've got feeds about sharks abound in Maine, sharks, and what other creatures out in the sea. I said, "Oh my goodness." Yeah, they went to the beach. That's why I'm left home alone. And they went to the beach, so I don't wanna go to the beach honestly. They go to Urongquit. We were at Long Beach and Short Beach, York Beach, um, in July, and then I think tomorrow we're gonna go to Long Beach as well. And there's another party, Filipino party, tomorrow in the beach, at the beach. So yeah, I always I always put sunscreen because I don't wanna. One thing, I don't wanna get so dark, and then I don't want to get skin pigmentation. Especially, we are getting older. I don't wanna get skin cancer, the worst. So yeah, I'm sorry, but that's just me. I am not so much into the seafoods because crustaceans gave me allergies. I am intolerant to those stuff. So one time at a party, I saw the lobster. It was humongous and it looked so good. And then I said to myself, maybe I should try. I should try the lobster because I haven't tried one for a long, long time. So maybe ages because I have allergies. So, and I know the antidote. So I said, okay, I'm gonna try this one. But that's the only thing that I ate in that party. Nothing more but the lobster. Yeah, during my walks, I'm really bothered by the creatures flying in front of me, eh, right in my face, and they are sturdy. Oh my goodness, I say, is this really mosquito or what? Especially when it gets dark around 7:30 in the evening. You said, oh my gosh, what's this? So that really bothered me during my walk. Otherwise, I'm fine. Yeah, just like piranha will eat people. Yeah, I'm going to Colorado early next month because I'm going to visit my childhood friend. And yeah, sharks, with no sharks, nobody really goes in the water. Everybody tells you that the water is warm. Yeah, they're lying. But I see a lot of people swimming. We were at the Wiggly bridge, and there was a family who told us, "Oh, the water is so nice." I said, really?" So I took off my shoes and dipped my toes. I said, "Oh my, that is icy cold." Definitely, they are lying. Ooh, so you're traveling again, Nico, to Southeast Asia. Sana all. That's good for you. Yeah, it's really good to travel, especially that it's getting cold now. No, agree. No, I don't want to get dark. Honestly, I'm already dark now. From the moment I came here, because it was yeah, there was still snow when I came here in April, but started springtime and now summertime. But they say that it's gonna be fall soon. But I doubt if I'm still gonna be here. I'm gonna visit other places as well. See you all. Have fun working 7 days a week, guys. 7 days a week? What is that? Only work 5 days or sometimes 3 days a week. Not even seven. Oh my goodness, that's a tough life. Yeah, enjoy your weekend, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, yeah, not much talking. So not so many. I know it's kind of late out in the Philippines. It's morning there. It's morning actually. It's early morning, and yeah, uh, don't trust much. Don't trust people that much, especially if they are just your acquaintance. I've got trusted friends selected. Of course, I need to choose my friends. Yeah, we have the right to choose our friends, who we hang out with, who we trust, who we confide our um stuff with. So yeah, the mosquitoes up north are inbred with. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so yeah, I know they find me strange because during my walk, I wanna sweat. I wanna sweat out. That's the reason why I do my walking. I do my exercise because I want to sweat out. Because here I'm always in the house, inside the room, air conditioned. And when we go out in the sun, they would say sunlight is good for you. Yeah, it's good for me. But I had so much sunlight when I was in the Philippines. And then it's even hotter here. I cannot imagine how hot it is out here. So sometimes I wear my jacket, a sweater, because they would say, "Oh, why are you wearing a sweater? It's too hot." I said, "Because I don't want to get dark. I don't want to expose my skin to harsh sunlight." So that's why I'm wearing a jacket. But of course, it's not a leather jacket. It's just a sweater. It's not really that thick. And then they would say, "Oh, it's still so hot out there and it's humid. And then you're gonna be doing your walk." I said, "No, I'm fine because you know, I want to sweat out." So when I got home, whenever I get home, I I am really, really sweaty. So which is good for me. Um, when you get in when you get incarcerated in the Philippines, don't expect don't expect to go out that soon because it's always slower in the Philippines to process any proceedings, any process, even when you ask for a transcript of records from your previous school, it's gonna take some time. So it's not gonna be sooner, but it's later for sure. No, I don't think it's just overstaying. Maybe he's got another case on him. Because if it's overstaying, it's the fine. If you're able to, to pay for the fine, you'd be able to go home, I believe. But if you have other infractions made, that would take longer. Yeah, so it's not really fun being in jail or in prison, whatever you call it, detention. So it's not e- even when you are inside the house, not doing anything. It's not really nice. It's not fun. So you really have to go out and, you know, be free to do anything that you want. Oh my. Is that really true? It's dangerous. Oh, that's scary, huh? That sounds scary. If that is true. That is so scary. And even fake news, in the internet. Some Filipinos would be scared to go out even if they're green card holders because of these eyes and everything. I said, what the? If you've got previous violations, you will be scared. But if you're not doing anything, you don't have to you don't have anything to be scared about. Yeah, well, anyway, that's another thing that yeah, if you just are honest to yourself and to other people around you, I don't think something bad's gonna happen to you. And if you have a good record, what the what is that? Nah, during these days, I don't really show myself in the live stream because I don't feel comfortable being in the camera. Even video calling with my friends, I don't really do that. I don't feel comfortable somebody looking at me when I would prefer face to face, face to face, face to face encounter. Eh, Yeah, I know some. Yeah, honesty is a very expensive gift. So don't expect it from cheap people. So if you're, honestly, I have encountered, what do you call this? My friend's ex-boyfriend. So he keeps on messaging me, although I ignore most of his messages. I was really triggered. I was able to respond to one of his messages. They would really see how lengthy his messages to me. I'm not I'm not part of the picture. So I told him, you know what? If you think you haven't cheated, you don't have to prove that to me or to other people. Why are you so concerned of what other people say about you and your relationship if you're not doing anything bad? Prove it to your partner, not to me, who is her one of her close friends or her family. Prove it between the two of you. Who cares? And if you really did not cheat, why did you, God, why did you get married after 3 months of the separation from her? Can that relationship build during those 3 months that you were separated? Oh, come on. He's a liar. I know you're listening right now. You're a liar. Salamat. Yeah, so that I agree with you. If you're honest, you don't have to remember anything that you have said. Because when people confront you, you said this and that. Yeah, I did say that. I did say. So you don't have to keep track on who you said this and to whom you said that. So if you're honest, if you tell the truth, why do you have to worry? You know, going back to the person because he, my friend was expecting because they were in a relationship for 6 or 5 years already. So I think she was expecting to be engaged with him because he's also insinuating that soon they're gonna, you know, who would be in a relationship that doesn't really go somewhere? So of course you expect if you start a relationship, of course you would you would you know go a certain um way to progress it. So um yeah, he wasn't really true to his words, and only to find out that he's got another woman. And what's worse, they got married after a 3 month breakup with her, and then later on they just divorced. So And then he kept on messaging me, justifying his actions. I said, "You don't have to explain that to me because I am not the person who's whom you have, earned. So it was my close friend, but I am not responsible or accountable of whatever decisions that she made." So yeah, he kept on messaging me, please try talk to her because I really love her. I said, "Oh, come on. If you really love the person, would you cheat? Try to prove that to anybody, not to me, because I'm not the one you were in relationship with. I am just a close friend." And I was to the point that I'm going to block him because I was really annoyed with all the things. Sometimes I don't really read his messages, but those are lengthy ones. And then I even showed it to her when we met last year. I showed her, you know what? These are the messages that came from your ex-boyfriend. And she said, "Oh no, I ignored him." Yeah, I did ignore him, but sometimes it gets annoying to get notifications from this person, so I muted him. And then he wouldn't really stop, even if he doesn't get any reaction from me, not even a thumbs up, not even a smiley, nothing. Much worse is I don't read them. I just ignore them. But there was one point that I was really pissed off because that was Mother's Day. I was already here. It was Mother's Day. He sent a card, and the daughter uh, received it, and then she wrote a note that yeah, he's got the audacity to send her a Mother's Day card, and she didn't open it. The daughter didn't open it, and my friend didn't really have a clue until last week when I told her. She wrote there, um, "Leave us alone. You cheated on my mom. Blah blah blah." And then FUCK, and then return to sender. And the next day, when the mailman got hold of it, my friend's daughter's reaction was really funny because she told me that when the mailman got hold of it, um, he couldn't he couldn't let go of the message. He kept on looking at it until he arrived at his boss. "Hello, Paul. Kumusta? I'm fine. Salamat, salamat. I know it's late over there, or maybe it's early morning. I really hope you keep enjoying yourself and always take good care of yourself. God bless you." All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Nico. Muchas gracias, amigo. Yeah, so I'm just one time away because I don't have anything to do. But later on, I've got I've got to do some things, some stuff as well. Yeah, gonna be preparing for tonight's getaway tomorrow. Yeah, just this weekend because my friend is going to pick me up. It's midnight here. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Nico. Yeah, give regards to your mom and to your daughter and your um, grand granddaughter. Enjoy the weekend. I know it's the midnight there, but I don't have anything to do. That's why later on I'm gonna do stuff as well. Yep. I only have one book right now to read, so not that much. And then what else? Yeah, I'm gonna do my laundry later on, and yeah, My friend is gonna pick me up at around 3 o'clock this afternoon. I don't know what time is it now. Oh, it's 1 o'clock. I get 2 more hours to go. So uh, I need to pack my stuff as well because for this weekend. So I have already, planned out things. And then next week, I might be able to do some stream next week, but we're going to the mountains next week, and then week after next, I'm gonna be in Colorado, and that's it. That's it. I'm going somewhere. Gonna pack my bags and go somewhere else, someplace. All right. So thank you so much, Paul. Thank you, Nico, Mrs. H, Zane, Pacman, and whoever in the background. Thank you so much. Um, you can't really, you don't really have something to be marites about. So we're just talking about uh, life in general. When in fact, well, about the topic, don't trust too much. Don't give 100% trust to, to people around you, except, of course, your trusted friends who've been with you through thick and thin. So they are these people that you need to keep. But for those people you think or you have experienced unpleasant stuff with them, let them go. Move on with life. You don't have to keep them. Don't be bothered. Kumusta po? How is Thailand? I think 2 years from now, 2 years from now, although it's 2 years from now, I've got an invitation. A friend's husband was going to celebrate his 60th birthday in Thailand. So let's see. Let's see. That's a that's a long-term plan. So, but yeah, but when I see things, I make sure I keep my promise. I say what I mean and mean what I say. As much as possible, I want to keep my words. If I can't make it, I'd rather not say anything. All right. So I really wanted to do the screencast thing, but I don't know how to do it honestly. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to go sleep stream. I don't want that stuff. But I would like the screencast thing. But yeah, I need to learn that. I don't have really much time to do that due to my busy schedule. Always going around with my friend. I'm not complaining, but I would rather stay in my room if I get the chance. Yes, I still am, unfortunately. No, just kidding. Yeah, I'm still in the US. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I really miss doing the usual stuff that I do in the Philippines, especially feeding the kids in the public school. I know they miss the feeding activities, and hopefully, if I'd be able to, have enough money for that to fund it, I'm gonna continue it because I've already made an agreement with the school principal. Yeah, I made an agreement that when I'd be able to afford to do such stuff, I'm gonna send them the money, a certain amount, to feed the kids because I really miss doing that. And then they promised that they're going to film it for me and send it to me. I said, not really necessary, but I really want to continue the advocacy. But right now, I'm not. I am not capable yet because I still have to, you know, to finance a year of my daughter's education, not the dormitory and the, of course, the food allowance because she's still a scholar. She's still on a scholarship grant, and hopefully she will finish it mm, next year. And yeah, that's it. But of course, I've got still bills to pay. They never stop. They never stop. So yeah, but uh, it's going to be it's going to be better. I believe that. Yeah, it's not cheap being here. It's not cheap being here. It entails a lot of expenses. That is why uh, I'll be back soon. When I leave here, I'll be back soon. Hopefully. All right. So I've been here for more than an hour already. Oh, you need to sleep, Mister Paul. Wait, you already you already changed your channel name back to Polynesia. It was supposedly, was it Star Wanderer? Was it? Until the funds run out. No, I don't have funds now. That's why I am asking. I am asking those who borrowed money from me to pay it because I need it. I need it. Yeah, I think it is better. Yeah, I never really changed my channel name. I was thinking, um, so many people have changed their channel names, and I couldn't recognize them anymore unless they have the same um picture, the profile picture. But it's really hard. It's really hard to determine if it's, and I cannot remember all. There's a lot of them that I have subbed to, and then I couldn't remember if you change your channel name, you have to let me know that, oh, this is my former channel name, and now this is it. Yeah, which is easier for people to remember. That's why I still retain my channel name. Yeah, that's just me. That's my opinion. Because if I do change, they might not recognize me anymore. Or maybe add something, but still retain the ads. So how have you been doing in Thailand? When are you going back to Australia? I was really thinking of, you know, going to Australia as well, but I'm not so sure. I'll check about the requirements in Australia. I want I want to see Australia too. Been to UK, been to America, going somewhere else soon. So maybe Europe and Australia. All right. So, yep. What are you going to do with these people who can't keep their promises or they can keep their words? Well, stay away from them. And by history, of course, your previous experience will determine that they don't really um, honor their words, or they don't value their words. So keep them out of your line. Keep them. I always crush them out from my life. I might go for a trip to Australia at Christmas. Oh, the flight is going to be expensive during that time. It's really different when you celebrate Christmas with family and important occasions. Well, I celebrated my birthday on my own. I didn't really celebrate, but I was away from home. But I'm used to that. I don't usually celebrate um birthdays, but I do practice being in church or in the convent to to meditate and pray during that day, but I have not done that here. Instead, I went I went to New York, and then last year I was in Boracay. Although I made it a point, I promised that to myself during on my birthdays. I'm gonna travel to different places. So I started the other year. Yeah, I was in Boracay now. I spent it here, and next year, who knows? All right. So thank you so much. For you need to get some sleep, and I also need to do some stuff. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Somebody with a human touch. Mm. All right. So bye for now, and learn from your past experience. Not everyone deserve deserves to be in your life. So scrap out those people. Okay, so bye for now, and thanks so much. Okay, thank you, Paul, Nico, Mrs. H, Rocky, and all those in the background. Zane, thank you so much. Okay, bye for now. This has been Yads.